Peace and supreme love to all the divine beings. I got a message that I actually received a few circulations ago, but I'm just not bringing myself to post this. So this message is gonna be about light and dark. So basically, the way I received this channel, it was like I was thinking about something, like a certain thing or a certain memory, like a part of my life that I had to go through. And basically, it brought to me the true meaning of like light versus dark. And like for example, like I'm gonna try not to make this too long, but like when you go to the light, an example of going to the light or towards the light is looked at as like positive, right? Safe. And you know, when you reincarnate, they say no, they say not to go to the light. I actually rose out of my rest to share this. They say not to go to the light because when you go to the light, that's when you reincarnate, right? Stay with me. So if going to the light reincarnates you, if going to the light, it starts over a process, it repeats a process, right? Why do they do this on 41? It's because this is safe. It's looked at as safe. You see the light and you automatically think safe. You know, like this is where I should be. But where you really want to go is to the dark. Let me explain. So basically, going to the light is looked at as repeating something over. 8:58 on my clock. It's looked at as repeating something over. A lot of people don't go to the dark because they have a misinterpretation of the dark being unsafe, right? And the dark is really where you want to go because that is where you're going to have new beginnings, new starts, new cycles, new life. And then I thought about it because if you get, let's say you have two different scenarios in life. Let's say you have one scenario where, or I mean, you have one scenario in life, but two different decisions. So let's say you have one decision. Let's say you're working at a job, right? This company, corporate job, whatever. And let's say you have the option to resign, meaning to quit, to leave for whatever reason. It doesn't matter. Let's say you have that option, and you just leave and you start over either somewhere new. No, more importantly, you start over doing something that more so fits you, like something you've never done before, like starting your own business, working from home maybe. And then on the other hand, you have another option. You have the option to stay. You have the option to continue the cycle. You know, just like the last job, you went there, you stayed there until there was a problem or until you knew you wanted better and you left to the next job, just like the one before that and the one before that. But the cycle keeps continuing until you break it. And so basically my example of going to the light versus going to the dark is in this scenario, going to the light would be you choosing to stay there and continue to repeat the process, the cycle. Even if you're getting mistreated, even if you're not getting paid what you're worth, even if you're not appreciated love there. You know what I'm saying? And basically, 4:04 on the clock, basically going to the dark would be like you literally choosing to do something different than you normally do. So if you normally stay at these jobs because of the money or because it's easy or whatever, then the opposite of that would be leaving and doing something that suits you better in a way where almost it doesn't feel like a job, you know? And this is just an example. This is the best example that resonated with me. 4:44 on the clock. But the way that correlates to everything, to this journey, this journey we call life, is because Everything in life, I know y'all heard this before, everything in life is about decisions. So, whatever decisions you make today, right now, whatever decisions you made yesterday, whatever decisions you made 10 years ago, that is what brought you to here, right now, in this present moment. Like, there's no such thing as really making a wrong decision, because what decision you choose, it that shapes where you will end up. And wherever you end up is where you're supposed to be at that time, in that year, on that circulation, for whatever reason, but you're supposed to be there. Maybe there's something you're supposed to learn, some cycle you're supposed to close out, something you're supposed to heal. It could be for anything. And I received this channel and I was just like, wow, that makes sense. And I recorded it first in my phone, but I didn't want to upload the videos just so I could remember to post it. But I rose earlier than usual, and I was trying to go back to resting, but I couldn't. And then I just said, I heard like, go record that video, just go record it. So basically, and to sum it all up in short words, you always want to go to the dark. You always want to go to the dark. Dark is also feminine energy. So submitting to the dark is what you want to do. That's always where you want to go. And don't be intimidated by the dark, because this is why so many people choose to go to the light, because they think otherwise of the dark. But I promise you, the dark is where you really want to go when it comes to anything. You want to harness your dark energy. You want to befriend the darkness. Because as long as you keep doing what's safe, as long as you keep going to the light, you're going to keep repeating the same things, the same chapters, the same cycles over and over and over until you get it right. You'll get it right eventually, but you're going to keep doing it, going in the same, you're going to like running in circles basically. 7:07 on the clock. That's 5. So that's also change. So like I'm saying, like I literally said, always choose the dark. That's going to take you where you need to go in a simpler way, if that makes sense. So that's what this message is about. Yeah, I really feel like I need to share this for some reason. Go to the dark. Don't be afraid of it. Be it. Love it. Right? But that's it. I'm trying to make sure that's it. Yeah, I think that's it. Alright, I love y'all. And grand rich rising to y'all. Have an amazing, powerful day today. And I will see y'all soon. Peace.